Salutations all, this is Basic Public Speaking and I'm your Professor Christy Thomas. This video is just kind of a cumulative video to discuss this week's schedule, which is week 12, and its dates are November 1st through November 7th. Kind of what's getting ready to go down in the next few weeks throughout the semester. Now we only have a couple lessons left that we're going over, and then it's work weeks, work days, because in a few weeks it'll be Thanksgiving and we only do have a couple days that week, and then after Thanksgiving we have a week of courses, a week left of classwork, and then it's finals week. I always set aside finals week and the week prior, so the week right after Thanksgiving, as work weeks for the final speech. Now this video is not going to go into the requirements for the final speech, but there are more technical requirements, so I allot more time for you to really work on that speech so you're not putting it off to the last minute. Now what's happening this week? There's nothing due this week. I am still checking out all the fabulous Halloween storytelling speeches that you have submitted to me, and the grades will be posted for that by Friday, the 5th. If you see me kind of looking off, I've got master calendar and my notes for this video. Currently, there is a PowerPoint presentation and a Word document over persuasive speaking, and that's the lesson we're kind of looking at this week. And next week, the lesson is over making arguments. So they go hand in hand, because the last final speech is a persuasive speech, and the last storytelling speech kind of falls along with the making argument or debate style speech, or creating your case, which again, I'm not going to go into the details on those will be separate videos as well. Now this is a heads up that in 2 weeks, on November 14th, I do believe, yes, November 14th is the main speech 3 will be due. Now that's kind of a choose your own adventure style speech, and I will have a video created and uploaded by the end of the week with those requirements. So now that we are past the midterm and we're entering into November, to me it flies by real quick, because I say that is that you have a speech due at the end of next week, which is the main speech. You'll have another speech due the Tuesday of Thanksgiving week, a little different because we have a short week. And then after that is your main speech. Out of the rest of the weeks we have, so for week 12, we have 13, 14, 15, 5 weeks left of our class. 3 of those weeks are specifically set aside as work weeks. 3-ish, 3.5. So for this week and next week, I'm cumulative putting it together. I will post the information needed at the beginning of each week. I'm also going to make a lesson video. You know how most of our chapters there's been a video of me discussing lessons from the chapter. I'm going to make one about persuasive speaking. I have one made, but I'm going to make a new one because my other one, I posted it with requirements for the final speech when I taught the course last fall. So seeing that I'm not doing it as a duo like that, I'm going to go ahead and post a separate video on persuasive speaking. So be on the lookout for that. I'm hoping to have it done and uploaded midweek. But again, like I said, there's nothing due this week. I just want you to be able to check out the information for persuasive speaking and arguments. So it's chapters 15 and 16 if you're looking at your content folders, and it's under persuasive speaking and arguments content folder as well. I most likely will not do a lesson video covering making arguments, and I'll also post video aids that go along with persuasive speaking and just little tips to go along. So that's for this week. Week 12 is we're just putting out all the information for persuasive speaking, arguments, all that's going out, and that's what we're covering these last 2 weeks. And those are the last lessons from the book that you will have. I will also post information on Mla Citation. Mla citation will come into effect. You are required in your last speech to do in-speech quotations, whether it be a quotation, a statistic, an excerpt, whatever the case may be. It's a requirement. So I asked for Mla citation because it's what most students know and are comfortable with. That's what we learn, but I will provide information on it as well and upload it, links and examples to Blackboard. So just kind of be on the lookout for that, and I'll let you know when that's up, because I may put it in its own folder world just to make it easier for you to click and check out. I also know there are websites and apps that it's a plug and chug situation. What do I mean by that? Is that you can pull it up and you can plug in your information. So if what you're using comes from a textbook or a book, a newspaper, an article, a website, a person itself, you just plug the information in and it neatly and beautifully gives you the correct citation form style. So that information will be up as well. So persuasive speaking, I've talked about persuasive speaking and making arguments. So just kind of be on the lookout. There's going to be things popping up throughout the week about persuasive speeches and arguments and all that world. And again, I'm going to make a separate video about persuasive speeches as is. After this week, we are 5 weeks left of our course. The last week being finals week. Like I said, there are going to be 3 speeches left in our course. 1 storytelling and 2 main speeches. The next main speech is due the end of next week. It's a choose your own adventure, meaning there's 2 options you can choose from for this speech. So you can kind of have fun with it. And that requirement video will be posted at the end of this week so that you can work on it next week. The third speech, the third storytelling speech, that's due the Tuesday of Thanksgiving week. That speech is just a fun, please your case style, and it's Thanksgiving themed. Details for that will come, and I actually probably will post those not next week, but the beginning, probably around the 15th of November, after our third main speech is due. Then our final speech is the persuasive speech. It will also probably get posted that the 14th week of our course, which is November 15th through the 21st. I will post the requirements for the final speech. I set aside the 16th week, which is, I keep looking at my calendar just while I'm looking off the camera, November 29th through December the 5th. That week is set aside as a work week. And the next week is finals week, because the final will be due on the Friday of that week. I set those aside specifically for you to devote all that time to working on your final speech. And you can shoot emails or text if you have any questions or concerns and stuff like that. Like I said, this video is just kind of covering what's going on this week and throughout the rest of the semester. I will try to post videos at the beginning of each week, just kind of a refresher of what's going on this week, if anything's due that week, and all that loveliness. It's going to seem to go by faster. That's kind of why I want to give you a little heads up with this video. Okay, so that's really all I was going for in this video. Folks, if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to message me. And if you are missing any speeches whatsoever, we got to ensure that we get these in. By the time we're done with our class, you will have had 4 main speeches and 3 storytelling. That's 7 speeches total. So, and if you're unsure, if you're missing anything, you can always message me. I may not be able to answer immediately if you're missing something, because all that information's on my computer. And if I'm out and you text me or email me, I'm not near my computer to check records. But I will alert you that, hey, I got your message. I will check as soon as I get to my computer, and I will let you know. All right, folks, I hope that you have an amazing week. I hope that your Halloween weekend was fun, festive, or just chill, because sometimes they can be chaotic. So hopefully it was chill, and I hope that this week is fabulous as well. Thanks. Bye.